Hi and welcome to episode 29 of the Apocalyptic Knitter podcast. I'm Naomi and I'm coming to you from Leeds in West Yorkshire, and it is Wednesday the 20th of November. So I was all ready to do a bit of a podcast at the weekend just gone, and I come down with a really horrific eye infection, which is pretty much gone now, but yes, really don't want to put you through watching me looking like that. So yes, it's been a busy couple of weeks, and I feel like I've done lots, but I feel like I've not got anywhere, if that makes sense. Itchy nose, come on, get a grip. So first of all, my socials, you can find me on Instagram as Naomi Knits and on Ravelry as Big Bird, so feel free to add me on there. Well, I think I kind of went through a little bit of a knitting slump, and I think in the build up to finishing off the Gansey, I was giving it that final push and literally telling myself, don't worry, once this is done, you can knit all the things and all the colours and thick needles, all the rest of it. And I thought that I would be all full of, vigour and enthusiasm, and I was not feeling it at all. And I thought, well, I've got plenty to do. These projects are really beautiful yarn. What's wrong with me? So I then ended up having 2 yarn trips out, unexpected, unplanned, and I think in a way, I think it has given me a bit of inspiration, because what it's done, it's made me have a new cast on. And then, even though I'm sat there thinking, you've got all these other things that you need to do, but sometimes you just need something different to just bring it back. So there you go. So I don't know where to start, really. I do have one finished object, and it's on the other side of the room. It's standard for me, I'm so sorry. So my finished object was the Gansey hat, that is all done and ready to be collected. I'll put it on so you can see, and it's quite a nice fit. You can either have it like a little bit of a slouch, or if you want the brim, and you can fold it on there, but really nice and warm. Sort the hair out. So the pattern was a free one off Ravelry, and it's called the One More Mistake beanie, and it's a rib, like a 2x2 rib that's offset. So it's like it looks like a fisherman's rib, but it's not quite. But I quite like it, actually, because it was just what I wanted to do. I wanted to give it a bit of something. I didn't want to just do plain stockinette, because then it would be too flat, and then if it was just a load of pattern, it would have slowed me down, and I wanted it to be quite speedy. So, and yeah, it fits in with the nautical theme, so we're happy with that. WIPs, I think this was the one that I promised myself that I would work on straight away, and because I always give myself unrealistic targets and goals, because that's just how I like to thrive, apparently, I wanted to see if I could finish the Radiate sweater by the end of this month. So it's living in my Bertie and Poppet bag, and So here we are. So last time I showed it, I was on the yoke, and I wasn't kind of feeling it, just felt like it was taking longer than I'd hoped. Not nice. I think it's the first time I've actually seen it held up against me myself. So, and I joyously got to separating for the sleeves, and I'm just going to turn it upside down now so you can see. And that's where I am. And even when I got to the plain stockinette body, I was still a bit like, So I've done a thing where I put my progress keeper in, and sometimes I'll tell myself, right, put your phone on Do Not Disturb and don't pick it up, and set a timer for 1 hour and see if you can get an inch done. And sometimes it's just little things like that I've just seemed to have broken it out. So I wouldn't say I'm fully back in the zone, but I feel a bit better. I also think, does anyone else feel a bit weird and not quite right when the clocks go back? Or just me? So yeah. So there we go. So I think, so the pattern, as I say, is the Radiate Sweater by Joji Locatelli, quite a popular one. It's DK, and I'm up to the waist shaping, so I've done the decreases, and I'm about to do, well, I've done 2 out of the 3 increases, and I'm hoping it's not that much longer before the rib. Let me see if I perch myself on here. So that's there. Well, it's not too far off really. I'm limited on yarn on this one. The pattern was saying something like a total of 7 skeins, and I thought, or even, yes, 7 skeins to the main colour, and I thought, I'm not that rich. So I thought I got 5, and I thought I'll do the body as long as I want it, and then if I need to do, because I tend to quite like having sleeves up to the elbow length, so, but I've still got a good half a skein there and another 2 full skeins there, so I might be alright, you know, we shall see. But yeah, I feel like I'm breaking through on this one, which is nice. So I stick that back in there. As I say, I'm not sponsored by anybody, I just kind of, I buy what I like and enjoy, and if sometimes people go, oh, where do you get that from or whatever, I like to tell people, even strangers on the train if they say, because that's just how I am. And no apologies for my actions either. So that was that one. Another cast on that I said, this bag here, Stormtroopers, actually isn't from a knitting dyer. I went to a Star Wars convention coming up to 10 years ago when my young lad was in his Jedi years, as we used to call him, and I saw this nice drawstring bag. I thought, oh, that will make a nice little knitting project. So, living in here, I don't think I've done much since our last podcast on this one. I might have just done 1 or 2 rounds. And I think my plan is, because it's Aaron as well, you think I would just be like, get that done in the evening. So this is going to be the angel hat. It's a free pattern from Kay Jones of the Bakery Bears. And I'm still working through the rib. And I think, to be honest with you, I'm going to do my Radiate sweater first, get that done, and then move on to this. Because there we go, it's the 20th today, so that means I've got 10 more days to the end of the month. I still think it's achievable, finishing it by the end of the month, the Radiate. So there we go. Oh, got those wrong. Right, so that's that one. I laugh at this, my commuting knitting, because my commuting knitting now, instead of being on a train for over 2 hours a day, I'm on the train for like 12 minutes each way. So by the time you get comfy and have a seat and all the rest of it, doesn't really leave that much knitting. And do you know what, I don't know if it's that just put me out of a funk, because I normally like to have that time in the morning just to gather my thoughts. But I'm getting a bit better now, getting used to it. So in my panda bag, some socks, and I finally finished the first one. This is the hand dye by Kate. I didn't do a separate thing for the heel. I just knit Fish Lips Kiss heel, and I just did it when I think it looks quite cool. Because that one's got like a fluorescent yellow heel on. And then this one, as I say, I've just used it as I've used it. And that one's got a pink heel. So I've just turned the heel now, and I'm going to see if I can try and get these finished tonight. Because I don't know what it is, because it's beautiful colours, it's stripes, it's everything, but these have just been taking so ages to do. The only thing I can think of, I don't know if the yarn feels quite thin, like thinner than it would do normally, and I don't know if these needles, these higher ones, I don't know if they're just a bit too sharp. So I was thinking I might put them onto a wooden needle, just see if that helps. Don't know. So I've still got plenty left on there. So enough to do another shorty pair. So I quite like that. What else do I have? I think my next WIP is gonna be at the same time as acquisitions. So I had 2 trips. I went to Cold Spring Mill with my friend Tony. We were both at a loose end. One, I think it was a Saturday afternoon. I thought, you know what, we said that we were going to go and have a nosy. Should we just go out? And we did. And I didn't really, I knew that I was feeling a bit off, and I didn't want to just buy for the sake of buying. So I was quite restrained considering the mood that I was in. So I got, sorry for the rustling, I got this just to see how it would knit up. It's Hayfield Spirit double knitting, because I know there's a lot of what's trending right now is a lot of these crocheted jumpers, and I don't quite know how I feel about them for me. I like them on other people, but I don't know if it's something that I would wear. And also at the minute I've got that much going on, but I really liked the colours on this one. I think they're like what I call Naomi colours. Some greys, blues, a nice little teal there. So I thought I'll buy one ball and just have a play with it, see how it knits up, see how it crochets up, and it can tell me what it wants to be. Because I think they had a sample of, what do you call it? You'll know the pattern I mean right now, where you crochet and you start in the circle that's like under the arm, and then you fold it in half. Is it the hexicardigan? Something. Sorry. And they did it like a sampler as a baby size one, and it looked really nice. So I didn't want to buy like 6 or something and then decide I don't want it to be a cardigan, I want it to be a blanket. And then I also went for something a bit of a different colour palette to what I would normally do, but this one here, I took a bit of inspiration from the Ruth Loves to Knit podcast, and she was talking about the Flower Power Fund. Now, I'd heard about this, and I'd seen people like putting socks on Instagram and using the tag of Flower Power Fund, but I'd never really fully understood what it was for. I knew it was something to do with the Macmillan charity, and so she said, she explained that I think they work with a lot of the hospices. I should have researched this a bit more to tell you. But for anybody that's battling cancer at those ones, and for Christmas time, they give them a pair of knitted socks, and obviously yellow is the colour for the daffodils. So I thought I wouldn't normally buy this colour for myself, but I literally bought it because I want to contribute and make a pair next year. So my it's a cause close to my heart. My mum sadly passed away when she was in her 30s with breast cancer, and as I say, I'm on my tamoxifen journey as a prevention plan. So I thought I'm going to use this, and I'm hoping it's yellow enough, because you can have other colours in it as long as it overall is yellow. So I'm thinking that's okay. But I'm quite excited to see how it knits up. I suppose I should really tell you the shade, shouldn't I? Ooh, the shade is called Ginger Snap 4960. It's quite Christmassy as well, isn't it? So that's that one. And that is King Cole Zigzag. And I realised that I never did the colour name for this one. For the Hayfield Spirit, it is just called Shade 0407. So it's on that one. So that was that on the Saturday. And then I'd already pre-arranged to go to the Yorkshire Yarn Fest with the lovely Tracy. And on the Sunday, didn't really have any purchasing plans. I've had a few bits and pieces in the pipeline. I've always wanted Zauber board because I love how they look and how they knit. They're quite a mysterious knit because it has all the different layers in. I need to pick up a couple more minis for one of my blankets. And I was also, I don't know if you remember me and ahhing, my advent calendar that I got last year from Ducky Darlings. I've got the pattern that I want to do, but I didn't want it to be a 4-ply blanket and be too thin and too, what's the word? Too flimsy. I wanted to bulk it up somehow, but then I thought if I hold it double with itself, if I split them into 2 10s, it's not going to go very far. So I'll show you what I bought. I might do that one first. So I've been speaking to everybody about it really, but my friend Ellie from used to be Curio Designs. It's Ellie's Yarn Company. Sorry. She said, why don't you hold it double with a natural, like the cream colour, because then it'll show the colours up. And you'll laugh at this. I bought it and I've wound it up already, but I thought, oh, So I've got 24 minis, so that's 240 grams, and the lovely Hayley at Ducky Darlings was there at Yorkshire Yarn Fest, and I spotted that she had some naturals, so I thought it'd be good to get the natural with her advent calendar as well. And I thought she did 100 gram skeins and she had 50 gram skeins. I thought 250 grams and I need 240. That's brilliant, there's not going to be much wastage. And then I got home and then it dawned on me, I didn't need 240 grams. They are 24 times 20 grams, so I needed 480 grams. So I did put in a little request to my lovely husband that if he wanted to buy me something for Christmas or my birthday, and I sent him the link because I thought I can't physically buy any more wool at the minute because I feel a little bit, but I got to work. I thought while I'm in this knitting funk and I'm not being very productive with knitting, I thought I may as well do all those other little tasks that you need to do. So I ended up getting my winder, look at that, and I wound them all up. Oh, cute, like a little box of chocolates. So they are in the right order that I ordered, that I opened them. So I'm starting with those 3 yellow ones going down there. So I'm very excited. I've even allocated a project bag for it. I just need to find the needles and I might print off the pattern. So that's going to be the anthology throw by Helen Stewart of Curious Handmaids, and I'm going to cast that on the 1st of December because I've got a little mini knitting retreat day that day, going to Renishaw Hall for the, I can't talk today, I'm really sorry, for the nibbles, needles and knitting, I think that is, and it's a Christmas one. So I'm going to cast that on when I'm there, and I think that will give me a good little boost, I think, because that's only like a week and a half away. I do not know where this year is going, but I'm all ready with that, and I'm happy that it's all prepped and ready to go. So I've been on and on about buying this skein from Mothie and Squid for a while now. This is her, I know I've wound it up already. This is her, it's called Winter Berries colourway. And I've seen it at a couple of shows and I've like been so drawn to it. It's got a gorgeous, like I was gonna say blood red, it's a berry red. A gorgeous dark red. And it's got really fine black speckles as well. And I thought, I've seen it and I thought, I like it, but I don't know what to make with it. I don't know if I would make socks with it because it's not really a colour that I would make socks for myself. And I think it's just too pretty really. And so I ended up casting on a Sophie scarf with it. You can probably see it a bit better there now, can't you? And as I say, I had absolutely no business casting this on. It wasn't on my little to-do list. And you know what? I actually don't care. And I thought, this is going to be for me. And as I say, I'm going through all the hot flushes at the moment that if I have a massive big shawl, by the time I charge down to the station in the morning, I'm absolutely overheated. And the Sophie shawl is like a very, see if we can find a picture of it here. So yeah, Sophie Scarf by Petite Knit. And can you see the picture there? It's just like a really nice little, almost like a necktie. And I thought that's just what I need, just enough to cover my neck, cover the bare neck without too much. And you literally, I think it is a paid for pattern, so I can't give too much of it away. But you do so much of the pattern. You weigh the wool before you start. Do the increases until you get to that halfway mark, and then decrease. So that's what I'm going to do, so I can use up the whole skein on this. And I got the DK weight, and do you know what? I was happy that I finally made a decision with it, and I've casted it on. I feel like I've not got anything that I bought still in the skein format really, but that's good because it's not going to stay in stash. So that's that one. I also got 2 minis from a Happy Crow from, I think is it Mabel? Is Mannequin. The Mannequin. And so yeah, it was really nice. So I could not decide on what colour, and I was talking to them and I said, I'm doing it from a blanket and I always end up with pinks and purples. And I just could not decide. So I literally closed my eyes, did that and grabbed one. So that was the first one. So that's like it's blown out a little bit, but it's like a very light blue, and you can see there's little bits of variations in it. So I quite like that. And then I went and I did some more mooching around, and I come back and I thought, I want another one. And so I got chatting and I said, I don't have any greens. So they found a green for me. So this is like a really nice, what I'd call like a forest green. So I thought, yes, that will do. I also bought something else from their store, but it's for a present, and that present has not been delivered yet, so I can't share. But there we go. So they are going to go in my, oh, is it there? My little mini jar. And then lastly, I just felt like yeah, we're all guilty of buying too much wool, aren't we? But I saw somebody had a massive basket of the Salva balls. And look, that is just my colours. I love it. And it is the, oh my goodness me, I don't know what the shade is called. I don't know. It's in German. I might do it, hold it there if it's in focus, so you can get that code. But that is how it all knits up. Or like reds and oranges and purples. So I'm very happy I managed to get one of those. And yes, so they're going to be some socks for me one day. And then while I was having my little winding party, I also, this is from Deep Stash, I wound this up for my lovely friend Sarah. I'm going to make some more socks, and I got her to choose something, and this is a bit retro, the Shit Tea and Tray Bake from Countess Blaze, from when she did the the Tits Out Collective movement, shall we say. I'm trying to work out when it was. I want to say 2016, 2017. So, you know, and it's been waiting its turn, and it's lovely. It's cream and just got very subtle little flecks, bits of brown. So they're meant to be the little hundreds of thousands. So that's wound up ready. I don't know when I'm going to start it. I want to finish my radiate and those socks that I've got on, and I've got a couple of little side hustle cuffs that I want to make for Christmas for my friends' daughters. Or I'm actually going into York on the 10th of December. So I'm umming and ahhing about, if I start these, can I get a pair of socks done for them by then? And this is how I get myself overwhelmed with knitting projects. With these little made up deadlines that only I impose on myself. Does anyone else do that? I did have a comment on, I put up on my channel a little short video of my customer, I don't like to say the word customer, for the recipient of the Gansey. So if you would like to see him wearing it, feel free. He's given me permission for me to post it onto YouTube, so it is on there. And somebody had commented asking what size it was and was it extra large. I don't know what size extra large kind of equates to, but I've just checked my notes and it was on a 46-inch chest, 117 centimetres, to kind of get the rough width. Sleeves are obviously tailored to them, and then the length, I did the length, I think it was 77 centimetres. But yeah, if you're interested, and if that's the kind of size that you're looking to make for yourself, let me know, and I'm hoping to write up the pattern or what I did, because it's all just scribbled down and all these little scribblings. I've got some time off over the Christmas period, and hopefully I'll have a little bit of brain space. I'm going to start jotting it down, so let me know. Okay, and I think that is all from me. I hope it's not been too rambly, jumpy here and there. As I say, I just wanted to get on and catch up with where I'm at with everything before I got past the 2-week mark. But no, I do feel a bit happier now. I feel like when I see it all and talking about it all, it then makes you, maybe that's what I needed to do. Maybe I just needed to do a podcast. Anyway, I hope you're well. What have I been up to? I don't have a huge amount of budgeting things to tell you this time. I'm just trying not to spend, she says, try not to spend. I've gone out to do yarn things today. So yeah, so that's going well. I have been watching, for apocalyptic fans, there is season 2 is coming out. So if you have Apple TV, there is a program, a series, which is just solely to Apple TV. What do they call it? It's solely exclusive to Apple TV. Called Silo, Silo, and it's based on a trilogy of books called Wool, which is absolutely fantastic, about some people who are living down in a massive big bunker called a silo. I don't want to say anything more than that because I don't want to spoil anything, But yes, feel free to tune into that. So I'm watching that. I'm halfway watching through something I saw on Netflix called, I think it's called Lost in the Amazon, and it's a docu film about a plane crash in the Amazon jungle, and 4 children survived. And I was halfway through last night and I really wanted to watch it, and I ended up falling asleep, so I'm going to finish watching that. Because it just seems like the stories that they've had to tell and how they survived, and I think it was like they survived like for 40 days. I thought that's just crazy. And then what else have I been watching? I watched that film on Netflix called Uglies. That's a bit of a dystopian film. That was really good, worth a watch. Not got back into my reading like I said I was, but I have been sleeping better, which is good. So yeah. But yes, I'm going to leave it there before I waffle on any further. And I hope you are all keeping well and are keeping nice and warm and cosy. It's been quite cold and wintry this week, and we've had some of the snow. So yeah, drop a message, let me know what you're working on, let me know what helps you get out of your knitting funks. If you know what causes it, let me know. But yeah, take care, and I will speak to you soon.